Hello, I am Linden PC with the Watertown Area Chamber of Commerce, and I am here with Dominic and Tonya from ADRC of Jefferson County. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit today about ADRC, what you are, offerings to our community. So Dominic, tell us a little bit about ADRC.
Okay. So the ADRC stands for Aging and Disability Resource Center. There are ADRCs located in all 72 counties of Wisconsin. ADRCs are unique to Wisconsin compared to the rest of the U.S. and Department of Health Services is very proud of the fact that we can provide services to people that are either elderly, physically disabled, or intellectually disabled. Mm-hmm. A lot of those services require a funding source, and so that's one thing that we at the ADRC help people seek. Mm-hmm. So our offices opened their doors in 2008, so we've been around since then. And we're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. We meet with people however is most convenient for them, so we can come to their home, they can come to our office, we can speak with them on the phone, we can even just communicate by email if that's their preference. All of our services are free. So that another thing is we frequently will get calls from, like, say, adult sons and daughters about their parents, and they want to think that mom and dad need services, but all of our services are voluntary, so they would have to, the person has to agree to those services. Okay. So we have several staff, including Tonya here on our staff. So we have what we call resource specialists. We have 5 of those. Those are the individuals that are taking most of the incoming phone calls, and then based on what the person's needs are, then they may schedule a home visit or an office visit if the person's interested in that. If they're interested in that, we go out and do what the state refers to as options counseling. And basically that is a person-centered sort of conversation where you're just trying to learn from the person what they really think they need or what are their long-term care needs, versus just us spitting out a bunch of services like we were a 211 service. Right. And then listening to what they have. Most of our services are either private pay services, if someone has the ability to afford that. There are some grant programs that, caregiver grant programs that can provide a little bit of help. Mm-hmm. And then I would say a resource specialist, a lot of the work has to do with helping people apply for what I call a publicly funded long-term care program. Mm-hmm. And a program like that, then if we can get them enrolled in that, then that can cover any services they might need, whether it's transportation, house cleaning, if they have medical care that they need or anything else. The whole idea behind ADRCs is to provide people the services they need to keep them independent, living in their home, versus the alternative of having to go to an assisted living or a nursing home, which is far more expensive than providing services within the home. The real beauty about ADRCs is that there are no wait lists. So if you are, regarding the publicly funded programming, if you are eligible for that, then you can get on a program. So I can explain that real quickly. Mm-hmm. So in order to be on a publicly funded program, the person that is seeking those services would have to go through a functional screen process. The interview takes about an hour, and it just assesses a person's activities for daily living. Mm-hmm. So anything from bathing, dressing, making meals, taking your medications, all of that. We would assess all of that, and then the person would also have to sign a release so we can get their medical records. So if they're saying that the reason why they need help with house cleaning is because they have chronic back syndrome, that we can verify those diagnoses, especially if it's like an Alzheimer's type of diagnosis. So we go through the functional screen process. All of the 5 resource specialists that do that, they are certified screeners, so every 2 years they have to pass a screen. They enter the information, and the state gave us it's like an algorithm, and after they get it all the way they think it is, they just hit the calculate button, and it tells whether or not somebody's eligible. The best example I could use is if you are 65 years old, we may think of that person as being an elderly person, but if you are independent with all of your activities of daily living, then you would not pass that screen.
Right.
Then the second piece is that you need Medicaid, which is different than Medicare, and it's Medicaid is an income-based related public benefit program. Generally, general figures is in order to qualify for Medicaid, a single individual, their assets have to be below $2,000, or if you're a married couple, below $52,000. Okay. If we are able to help somebody apply for Medicaid and they pass that functional screen, then we do a process called enrollment counseling, where they pick a managed care organization. It's kind of like selecting a life insurance or health insurance plan. They select a managed care organization, and once they're enrolled in that program, then they work with that managed care organization. So the funding is with the managed care organization and not the ADRC.
Oh, so if I think anyone in my family would need your resources, it seems like we call you up, we email you, and then you can guide us through that process in whatever capacity that may be, whether that's for home cleaning, maybe some memory care things or whatever.
Correct.
Yep.
We always just say make the phone call. We can provide some initial basic information. If you're interested in learning more about us, then we offer, again, the home visit, the office visit, whatever is most convenient for somebody. And then we just take it from there.
Wonderful. So I know that you guys host some workshops, support groups, a bunch of other just training opportunities in the community for family members and community members. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Did you want to talk about the medical?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So so the other staff that we have at the ADRC are called disability benefit specialists and elder benefit specialists. So the disability benefit specialists work with people from the age of 18 to 59. Usually their primary function is helping people apply for disability when they are no longer able to work. Our elder benefit specialists work with people 60 and older, and what they help a lot of people 60 and older with is just navigating all the issues that they might have with their Medicare plans, their supplemental plans. I mean, a lot of insurance gets very complicated. You know, you get these letters from the state and people can't figure them out. So they're kind of like the red tape cutters, and they help people navigate through that and just help them process their things. With that, one of the things they do is the benefit specialists run a Welcome to Medicare workshop. We have one once a month. Most of them are held at our office. I believe we're doing a couple of them at senior centers this year. They are for anyone who wants to come. Typical person that comes is the person who's like 64 and a half years old, and they have questions before they come on Medicare. So we offer those. A lot of other workshops I'll let Tonya talk about.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm the dementia care specialist for Jefferson County, and I run many different support groups and educational programs. One of them is Powerful Tools for Caregivers. That's run throughout the year. It's a 6-week session class. And then we also have Savvy Caregivers. That's specifically for caregivers who are caring for somebody who is living with dementia or mild cognitive impairment. Also a 6-week session. And then I also have memory cafes that I support. I work and collaborate with the Bridges Library Memory Project, and we host and support memory cafes, which is a social activity, social gathering for people who are living with dementia or mild cognitive impairment, or even just mild memory loss with their care partner. They come to the library, and we just have a socialization time, and we don't talk about dementia. It's a time really just for people to gather together. We do an activity, and we have snacks, and we have a lot of fun.
Yeah, that does sound fun.
Yeah, people enjoy it, and a lot of times they'll follow the different memory cafes, and it's fine. We just love everyone coming to our memory cafes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So how would someone of the community stay informed about your events and be able to know what you have happening when your classes are starting? Because you offer them all throughout the year, different times, different things. How would we learn about that?
So there's a couple different ways. One is to call us, and then we also have a Facebook page through the Jefferson County government. So it's jeffersoncountywi.gov Facebook page. And then we have an Instagram page, and we also have a website as well.
Yeah. And I think the chamber, you send us your postings as well, so we try to get as much of them on our calendar as possible for you.
Wonderful.
And then I know just in talks, you do some dementia-friendly workplace trainings for employers that they could benefit from them. Do you want to chat a little bit about that?
Sure, yeah. So we have dementia-friendly business trainings. So it's a training that I would go into the businesses, for example, a bank or a shop or anything like that. And it's an hour training, it's a PowerPoint presentation, and then at least 50% of the staff need to be trained. And once we do that, they get a picture with the banner that says I'm dementia friendly. They also get a press release, and they get a certificate that they can hang on their wall or whatever. And it's a great way for people to learn more about how to communicate with people who are living with dementia.
Right, wonderful. Yeah, those are wonderful services to our community. Is there anything else that we missed about ADRC? Do you just help people in Jefferson County underneath and then there's a Dodge County one as well?
Right, so Dodge County and we work together, the dementia care specialists. We do a lot of things together. One of them is a support group. So we have a support group right here in Watertown at the Collective, and that's one time per month. And it's actually a support group for people who are living like the actual diagnosis with dementia, and we have another one with their caregivers. And we also have respite available if they need to bring their loved one, if they can't keep them at home and they need to, have them with them at all times. We have the ability to have them with us, but in a different space, so that the caregivers can still go to the support group.
And those support groups, I'm sure, are pretty well attended and very helpful to those who are caring for those who have dementia or some sort of situation, just to be around other people, to learn, to figure out the best ways to handle their different situations.
The support groups are a great way for people to even meet other people and learn what strategies that they are,
wonderful.
encountering.
Okay, so anything else you'd like to add into this?
I think the only thing I'd add is that so all ADRCs are required to market our program, so hopefully you'll see us out and about in the communities. Usually every summer we are at the local farmer markets. We often will go to high schools when they have certain parent-teacher conferences or other activities where we can help people, because we always want to get the word out. And I forgot to mention that part of our services is also the youth transitioning from 17 and a half into adulthood that may need our services. So we work closely with our Children's Long-Term Care Waiver Program at Human Services for a lot of those youth, and we work with the schools if they have students that are going to need our services as adults. So yeah, we've found that even though we do all the marketing, our number one marketing tool is word of mouth. By having good customer service, that's how people remember us and they tell other people. But we still try to get out in the community as much as we can.
I see Tonya around a lot, so she does a great job. So if you or anyone in your family may be interested in any of the resources that ADRC can provide to you, want any other information, just give them a call. They'll be happy to help you. All the dementia care specialists, anyone in your office is willing to help you on any track that they need. And well, we will talk to you guys later, and thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.